Cost of living in Orland Park. The real numbers. If you are relocating to Chicago suburbs and trying to figure out what Orland Park is actually going to cost you, not the Zillow estimate, not a cost of living calculator, but the real numbers, this video is for you. I am Mike Bochenek with the Forward Group at Real Broker. I have lived in Orland Park since 1978. I sell real estate here full time. I'm going to give you an honest breakdown. What it actually costs to buy here. Let's start with home prices because everything else flows from here. The median single-family home in Orland Park right now is right around $455,000. That is based on MLS data. 104 closed sales over 90 days. This is not a Zillow estimate. This is what homes are actually selling for. If you are shopping condos or townhomes, your range is 180 to 400,000, depending on size and location. Entry-level single-family, such as Heritage Estates, Clearview, the older established neighborhoods, you are looking at the high 300s to the low 400s. The sweet spot for move-up families is 380 to 600. That gets you 4 bedrooms, 2-car garage, established subdivision, and school district access. Upper end, Crystal Tree, Silo Ridge, Waterford Point, you are starting at 700 and going up to 1.5 million on the custom estate side. Year over year, appreciation has been running 4 to 9%, depending on the segment. This market has been rewarding buyers who got in. It has been punishing people who have waited. The tax story and why it is better than you expect. This is the thing that surprises almost every buyer I work with. Orland Park's property taxes are lower than you would expect for a suburb with this level of amenities and schools. Here's why. Orland Park has an enormous commercial tax base. The mall, car dealerships, office buildings, and restaurants. The commercial base absorbs a significant share of the tax burden, which means residential homeowners pay less than they would in comparable suburbs without that commercial activity. On a $455,000 home, you are looking at roughly $9,000 to $10,000 a year in property taxes. Compare that to Lemont or Mokena, similar price points, similar home sizes, but lower commercial tax base, and Orland Park holds up very well. Now there is a range. Crystal Tree single family runs about $12,000 a year. Silo Ridge, custom estates run $15,000 and up. But those are also much larger custom homes on bigger lots, so the tax is proportional. For the typical buyer in the $400 to $600 range, you are in the $9,000 to $12,000 annual tax range. Budget accordingly. And one more thing on taxes. Orland Park is outside of Chicago city limits. Chicago charges a transfer tax of 1.05 on sales. On a $455,000 sale, that would be $4,700. In Orland Park, you do not pay that. Another reason this suburb pencils better than it looks on the surface. HOA fees. Know before you buy. This is something buyers overlook all the time, and then it catches them at closing. Many of Orland Park's subdivisions have no HOA at all. Fernway Park, Silver Lake, Central Orland. You own your home, you maintain your yard, and there's no monthly fee. The Grasslands area, homes run about $100 a month. Crystal Tree is $175 to $424 a month. That covers 24-hour security, ground maintenance, club amenities, and access to golf course facilities. When you factor what you are getting, that number makes sense. Silo Ridge is actually lower, $40 to $104 a month, because it is a larger community with less infrastructure per unit. New construction communities like Old Mill, Waterford Point will typically have an HOA fee as well. Ask before you write the offer what everything else costs. Groceries. You have Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Mariano's, Pete's, and Costco, all within a few miles of each other along LaGrange Road. You have every price point covered. Dining, from Pizza Pete on LaGrange Road, which has been there since 1978, when I moved here, to BJ's, P.F. Chang's, Bonefish, Otomo, and Roccovinos. You can spend $15 or $150 for dinner. Both exist here. Recreation. The Orland Park Health and Fitness Center is a municipal facility. You are not paying private club prices for a world-class amenity. The pool complex, the sports complex, parks, these are village-funded and accessible to residents. Healthcare, the University of Chicago Medicine Center for Advanced Care just opened in downtown Orland Park. World-class healthcare is now local. That is a quality of life factor and a cost factor for anyone managing ongoing medical needs. Here is the honest summary. Orland Park's cost of living index sits just below the national average. For everything you are getting, A-plus schools, Metro access, major retail, nature preserves, a new downtown coming soon. The value proposition is strong. The property taxes are fair for the price point. The commercial base keeps residential taxes competitive. And there are no HOA surprises if you know where to look before you buy. If you want me to run the real numbers on a specific budget and show you exactly what you can get in Orland Park right now, click the link below and let's schedule a conversation. I'm Mike Bochenek with the Forward Group at Real Broker. I'll see you on the next one.